It's very true. I think, maybe not to Lily's extreme in the movie, but I think it's so much more common that a lot of people live away from their families. So even if they haven't experienced like this exact circumstance, I think the fact that a lot of people are just trying to make their own families where they are, whether that's community, is really, really relatable.
And I was just looking here. I watched the sort of trailer and I watched a bit of the concept. I saw your character. It comes up as counselor for Lily. Does the counselor have a particular name? I see her crying towards the end of it.
No, I don't think she has an, I mean, in real life, she exists, and I don't know of her real name, but she
Okay.
is based off of Tracy's, a therapist that one time cried on her very first appointment. But she, to my knowledge, she does not have a name.
Okay. And Ashley, how the counselor sort of roles, they're varied in different ways and how they're perceived, how actresses and actors sort of perceive them. Some like to go more in the sort of series, the sort of a web sort of look in terms of digging out maybe a question, 10 sort of questions. How did you sort of vary the counselor sort of approach in terms of you trying to portray that on screen?
Honestly, I didn't read too much into it. It was really, really intuitive. I didn't look at really, it was mostly just all on the page, really. I mean, um, I didn't really look at how counselors behaved that much. I mean, it was clear this woman was very, very new, and so I brought a lot of myself to the role, because for me, I didn't even think of it really as a counseling session. It's like, if you, since you haven't seen the movie yet, like, this is the counselor's like second day ever doing this. Like, she's put in 12 out, like she's in a graduate program or putting in her hours to get certifications, and she's only done like 12 hours. So she's literally in her first week. And so when I read it and I was reading some of the dialogue, I felt like these were two friends meeting, and that my character as the counselor was just as nervous as she was, trying to figure out like the right questions to ask, and that, she may have been like a bottle of nerves. um, but yeah, I mean, I didn't really think of it as like a counselor and patient situation. It seems like, honestly, these two women who are very close in age, and with kind of little life experience, that they were just kind of connecting as friends,
Yeah.
which
And I suppose,
makes it so
Ashley,
funny
yeah.
because there is a professional barrier that is broken.
And Ashlyn, I noticed in terms of this movie, obviously two names stand out in terms of big sort of movie stars. We all know French Stewart, especially from that legendary comedy series Third Rock from the Sun, with
Yeah.
alongside John Lithgow, and then obviously John Leguizamo in various action mob thrillers down through the years as well. Did you get to sort of intertwine, maybe sort of share some thoughts with John or French? I know most of your scenes were with Lily Barbara Ferreira, but did you get to any time where you did your paths over cross in between takes with John and French?
Not on set, unfortunately. I spent like 5 hours with Barbie, and it was really just us two. And it was me, the cinematographer, and then Tracy, the director, in the room, since this was a very long and an emotional scene. And I didn't really have that much interaction with any of the other cast members until I met everyone when we all went to South by Southwest for obviously the premiere and the wrap party. So I got to meet them then. But yeah, not really on set, unfortunately. So I kind of just rolled up on set. I got to chat with Barbie a little bit. Um, and then we just really just rolled right into it.
And I suppose, Ashlyn, in terms of that, when you got the call from your talent agent, your casting director from the movie as well, that you would be cast in this role as the sort of counselor, were you aware of the other actors that were you attached, or were you just informed that Barbara Ferrer was involved, or was it afterwards when you had shot all your scenes that you realised, or maybe it was made known to you that John Leguizamo and French Stewart were also in this movie? Or did you know from the outset when you landed the
I
deal?
don't think so, which probably worked out in my favor. I mean, it doesn't really affect how much I'm gonna approach anything, and I don't really get that starstruck. Um, from what I remember, I just remember looking up Tracy and knowing that she was a successful independent film director, and that I was just really excited to be on this indie movie. Obviously, no one ever knows what it's going to be, but um, you know, actually, I think maybe she told me that Barbie was attached, and I knew that Barbie had done Euphoria, but I hadn't really seen Euphoria yet. So, but no, I don't recall remembering everybody that was attached. But there again, whenever I work on something, I try to keep um, what my character knows about how much they know about the world. So I kind of try not to do so much research sometimes, and kind of try to be a little bit ignorant of everything else that's going on, because I don't want it to impact what I'm doing.
And Ashlyn, I know this is a comedy drama, and it says that most of it was filmed in Kentucky. Did you
Yeah.
film your scenes in Kentucky yourself?
Yeah. Yep. Yes. Yes. I was living in Atlanta at the time, and I drove up, I think it was 8 hours to Kentucky. I'd never been. And yeah, I drove up the night before. It's shot really, my scene just took one day. And then so I was on set for, like I said, about 5 hours, and then I drove home.
Okay. And
Yeah.
Ashlyn Moore, I suppose for all our audience, all our listeners that are tuning in, that are looking for a good real life, true life story with a bit of comedy, drama, and suspense, how can you inform us what's in store when they check out Bob Trevino Likes It? Why should they go and watch it? And why do you think it will leave a lasting good impression on them?
Everyone that I've known that has seen this trailer, I mean, the trailer really speaks to the story. It's a tearjerker. For whatever it is, and I think that's one of the reasons like the trailer has just gone viral, because it's truly, truly heartwarming. And I think that the need for deeper connections is it's a story as old as time, but I think especially um right now, I mean, it just strikes a chord with, like I said, so many people in so many different ways. I mean, family is not as straightforward for a lot of people, and honestly, I think it resonates with a lot of people, because I think it's a topic that not a lot of people really want to publicly share their family struggles. So they can kind of go to this movie, and I mean, it is sad and it is hard to watch sometimes. There's so many, especially Lolo Spencer. She is hilarious in this movie. There's so many redeeming qualities, but I think for whoever goes and watches it, that like you just feel much more part of the universal story, that like family, and has so many different faces. And it's not, it doesn't have to be what your mom, your dad, your brothers. That the definition is wide and expansive, and that I think in seeing this, that we all just feel a little bit less alone, which is why a lot of people go to the movies anyway.